Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us here on What's Brewing with Gigi and Jim on this Tuesday morning. It is election day for the North Carolina primary election. If you haven't already done so, there were a lot of opportunities to vote early, but today is the day to cast your ballot. I encourage you to do so. Jim and I will be doing it after we get off of work this morning. Just a great opportunity to, use your voice and your exercise that privilege to vote.
Yeah, and the weather's no excuse.
Yeah, exactly. It's nice.
People
It's nice to get out of there.
It was cold. It was raining. Nope. You can't go to the weather on this one. Yeah, get out, cast your vote today. We're gonna have a good day to get that vote in. A little chilly early, but a gorgeous afternoon coming, and then we get the big warm up going later this week. I'll talk about what I expect will be potentially several consecutive days of near record highs in the 80s inland. It's just so unusual to say that in early March.
Right.
But I'm saying it. You're going to hear me say it again and again over the coming days. So we'll dig into all that coming up here in just a bit.
Okay, great. Well, thank you, Jim.
Yep.
And we're going to toss it over to our Amarachi Uche, who is currently in Pitt County. The polls opened about 45 minutes ago, just around that time. She's joining us in Greenville to just give us kind of what you need to know as you're heading to the polls this morning, as well as a look at some of those races that we do have on the Pitt County ballot there. Amarachi, good morning to you. We're going to pull you up here.
Yeah, good morning, Gigi, to you as well. Good morning, Jim, as well. Like you guys are saying, the weather is definitely not an excuse to come out here and cast your ballot. Now, you may be asking what's going to be on the ballot for the primary elections that we will be seeing. Well, the ballot will feature races for an open U.S. Senate seat, as well as U.S. House and state legislative districts. The local races include sheriffs and other city or county leaders. Now, again, Gigi, we've been following the Pitt County races, and one we're keeping an eye on is the sheriff's race between current Sheriff Paula Dans and the candidate Greenville Sergeant Richie Williams. Now, there is no Republican who is running in this race, so this primary election will essentially decide that race. So again, that is something we are keeping an eye out all throughout today. Now, we're getting down to those need to knows as you head out the doors this morning to ready to cast your ballot. Come to those need to knows. Polls already open. They're open for you. Head to your polling site and you'll be able to cast your ballot now all the way up until 7:30 p.m. If you're still in line at 7:30 p.m., don't worry. You will be able to cast that ballot. So make sure you head out to vote. Another one is important you go to your assigned polling place today. I know it's different than election day, early voting day, Early voting, you were able to go to any voting site. This time, that is not the case. You have to go to your assigned voting area. That's important to know. Also, be sure to bring a valid photo ID. You will need proper identification before you can cast your ballot. So that is something to keep an eye out for as well. If you do need curbside voting is available here as well as other voting polling sites here. A last thing also I want to mention is your absentee ballot. If you still have an absentee ballot, it's important to act fast as the county can still accept it till 7:30 p.m. tonight. If you don't think that your mail carrier can get your ballot in by tonight, you can either try to turn it in yourself at the County Board of Elections office, or simply you can discard your absentee ballot and come to a voting site like this one here, that's your polling place, and cast your ballot. So again, we're just reiterating those need to knows for you out here, Gigi, because it is important, like you guys were saying, to come out and vote and have your voices heard. So need to knows, running through it one more time if you're just joining us. Polls are open until 7:30 p.m. Bring a proper photo identification. That is something important. And go to your assigned polling place. If you don't know your assigned polling place, like I didn't know this until this morning, you can go to the Pitt County Board of Elections website and look it up there, as well as we have a link on our website. Our first story right now is about polling places as they just opened. So we want to get that out to you guys. You can go there, find your polling place, and head out and cast that ballot. And get a free sticker with it, because why not? So Gigi, I'll send it back to you guys as we're still standing out here waiting for people to come in and cast their vote. Reporting live in Pitt County, I'm Amarachi Uche, WITN News.
Well, thank you so much, Amarachi, for joining us out in Pitt County to talk about everything going on at the polls this morning. So, of course, the polls did open up around 6:30. They're going to be closing at 7:30 tonight. If you are in line by 7:30, you will be able to cast your vote. No need to fear on that. Yeah, you can get your sticker. Hopefully, it won't be too busy over there. We did have a graphic that we wanted to put up during Amarachi's live hit. Unfortunately, it cut her microphone at the time, but if you want to find all of that information, it is on our website. If you go to WITN.com, we have right on the top of our homepage, that first story is what you need to know, some of that other information that Amarachi was just pinpointing on. Like she said, what time the polls are opening and closing, what you need a photo ID to check in to vote, and other than that, you can keep finding all of that information on there. You can also tune in later today. Throughout the day, we're going to be covering these races, talking more about some of the races that are going to be on the primary ballot. One of those including the Moorhead City Mayor's race. Now that initially was a race that was in the November election, November 2025, but due to a very close call, incumbent Mayor Jerry Jones was just one vote below Lee Stiles. So
the thinnest of margins.
Right. Yeah. Very small margin there. So they are in a rematch for this primary election here. So we actually do have a quick look at both candidates, what they are looking forward to as Election Day is underway today.
Moorhead City's next mayor is about to come to a head. It started back in November when candidate Lee Stiles won over incumbent Jerry Jones by 1 vote. Jones filed an election protest, arguing several voters were denied the opportunity to vote on Election Day. In December, the State Board of Elections ruled a new election scheduled for March 3rd. Both candidates say they've been working hard to win over votes since then.
I've listened to the voters, and I heard their concerns. And I still been working hard and campaigning, going out to neighborhoods. I was just out to one neighborhood last night.
Well, I can tell you it's been a long 6 or 7 months of campaigning. And just to think for just a small local race, municipal race.
Since December, the controversy has followed the race. In January, Jones and Stiles both voted to halt a waterfront project called Project Grander after residents raised concerns about eminent domain and transparency. It has since become a talking point ahead of the race.
Just the whole controversy around that has added a little bit more intrigue to our mayoral election. So I think it's going to be a record turnout tomorrow.
He was involved in Project Grander from day one, just like I was, and there was not an issue, a concern with anybody until this new election was determined by the State Board of Elections.
Both Jones and Stiles are hoping to reel in as many votes as possible ahead of Tuesday's election.
All right, so again, those polls are open today. Go ahead, exercise your right to vote, cast your ballot. That is open until 7:30. All right, Jim, well, let's talk about the weather. I know we've got a few minutes to spare. You could talk about, what we're looking forward to today. Yeah, let's do it.
Lots to get into. Again, top of the morning. Glad you're joining us this morning on this Tuesday, this election day. Outside right now, low 40s. Out the door. Clouds, yes. Rain, no. Pirate Camp, 41. Enough wind to get that wind chill into the mid-30s. Same thing, Washington. So grab the jacket, but leave the rain gear. 47 down on the coast. My camera going out again. Watch those lows. The next 8 days, these aren't highs, although that's right around where we should be for a high. Overnight lows around 60 degrees from late week into next week. And that's probably got a lot of you thinking, boy, I could probably start planting. Hold on. Our typical last freeze of the season, typically out on the coast, comes in the middle of March. Well, inland right around the first few days of April. You can get seeds in the ground prior to that last freeze. Once they start coming out of the ground, you don't want those freezing temps. So I would wait at least a couple more weeks, maybe on the coast, to maybe another 3 weeks or so inland until you start planting, getting those gardens going. Those warm temps are going to have you thinking about it. Today, again, chilly start, mild finish, mid-60s later today. Satellite radar composite. That was the overnight I just showed you. A few sprinkles, that was it last night. The action's all north of us. A little snow and freezing rain from West Virginia all the way through PA into New England. Winter weather advisories up there, but for us, none of the above. No rain, no wintry weather, just the clouds with the low 40s and a light northeast breeze. This is where I think we'll end up. Mid 60s this afternoon. Yesterday we hit about 52, so nearly 15 degrees warmer today than yesterday. We'll throw another 10 on top of that tomorrow. Watch the lack of wind today, near calm this afternoon, evening. And then we start to get that south wind going tonight, tomorrow. Southwest breeze helps drive that air temp to the mid 70s tomorrow afternoon. That's some good stuff. 8-day forecast, 80 or better inland Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. In fact, I'm going to go 82 on Saturday, and I'll be shifting those numbers a little bit. Watch the other guys as well as we kind of massage the forecast late week. Those are near record highs, folks. Very obviously atypical in early March. This is more like June type stuff on that 8-day. Overnight's near 60 degrees, and again, not much if any rain. I think late Sunday night, the next frontal approach. I'll show you that when we come back at 8 a.m. when I'm tracking late weekend into early next week. What I don't see, typically when I put a rain chance on there, I'll bring in colder air behind the rain. Doesn't look like that'll happen next week. Get a few showers in, keep the warm air with more upper 70s to near 80 potentially next week. This train is going to roll down these tracks, this warm weather train, for several days in a row, the way it looks right now.
Yeah, I was just about to say what a ride this is going to be.
Yeah.
This is nice to see that we do have this long stretch here. I mean, obviously we do really need that rain.
Yeah.
I know we're in extreme drought conditions in some areas across eastern North Carolina still.
It'd be nice to be going into these 80s in a good place as far as our water or our deficit. We've got a 4 to 8 inch deficit already for the year, and that's coming out of last year in the drought status. So that's a significant issue,
right?
And it should not be overlooked. We do need rain desperately. If we get lucky, that late Sunday night, Monday system gets a little better organized, gets us better rain in here. Right now, I don't see anything over an inch of rain in our rain gauges for a while.
Okay, got it. Well, thank you for the update, Jim.
Sure.
And thank you all for joining us this morning. I do want to say hello and good morning to George over on Facebook joining us. Thanks so much for tuning in. Like you said, nicer days are up ahead. I mean, today's going to be a nice day as well, but really looking forward to those 80-degree temperatures. Get outside, do what you can. I know we were talking about I'm going to go running, even though this is not ideal.
Running. I'll be turning wrenches.
Yeah, and you'll be doing that. Yeah,
in the yard.
Exactly. And so just get outside, enjoy. You know, hang out with your dogs or your pets or your friends, family, everyone. Get outside, enjoy, especially this weekend. We do also just want to mention again, today is election day, and we will have coverage throughout the day, especially tonight as the polls close. Right here on this live stream desk, Charlie Ironmonger is going to be here starting at 7:30 when the polls do close, just to keep us up to date on all of the latest numbers. And also we'll have some reporters joining as well, just talking about some of the races to look into, both on the statewide level as well as the county level. So be sure to tune in. We also do have lots of information up on our website, WITN.com. We'll have all of the latest numbers as we get them in, as well as, like we said, some more reporters just tuning in for us throughout the day today.
Don't forget to get your vote cast today. Get out, get it done.
Yes, absolutely. All right, and Jennifer's also joining us saying pollen counts are up this week too. Please, I don't like thinking about the pollen, but yes, yep. All right, well, thank you so much again. We'll be back at 8 a.m. for another news and weather update. Have a great day.